Good morning, traders. 31st of March, 8:05 Central Time and 21:05 Southeast Asia Time. So if you were watching the stream yesterday, when I closed it off, I was about 650 on the downside, and I just couldn't put myself to bed with that kind of situation remaining, so I logged on and traded back to where I was $170 down, and I can show you those things. So the TopStep account here shows that the largest winning day was, or losing day was 331, and this is the total, including the $99 for the commissions and whatnot. And here's the loss for yesterday, as opposed to the 650. I just couldn't bring myself to do that, so got another little ways to go here. We're at 52,638 was the all-time high. We're at a current 63, so that's where we dropped off yesterday. And today I may not be able to focus too long. I've got a stupid meeting. Looks like I should have not had dinner and been around for this, and I wouldn't be having this conversation about wanting to close out the step 2. Wow. And let's look at the daily. So here was yesterday's trade with a close to down here, and here's the overnight so far. So we're basically on the green side. You can see that we're pretty much risk on again down with our quote board. Not liking the look of this lag story over here again, but we'll see what happens with that. Download all of this data, reconfigure, calculate, whatever needs to happen. So the daily chart, it's still a consolidation area if you want to look at it. It's basically a big wedge. We haven't got up here to this resistance area yet. And as I said yesterday, whichever way this thing breaks, it's probably going to run. And right now it's we'll be having the non-farm numbers out today, and some other news. Friday is a holiday in the States, so I believe the official non-farm payroll will be coming out tomorrow, I think. We'll look and have a quick look and see. Here's the Renko chart. Here's our old standard from the trade of 8 days 20 range chart. I prefer the Renko itself. And this is a 5-minute ES. Doesn't still look like it's charting properly. I'm going to irritate the hell out of me. There is the profile, but there's more than. I'm going to recalculate here, which is a control, shift, and click. Get to recalculate, then we'll probably get a considerable difference here in all of this action and a larger volume profile. I'm hoping. I don't know that thing continues to want to work right or not. Doesn't look like it. Anyway, so we'll see what happens with the lag. We'll see how it performs. I'll run it through tomorrow, and then next week I will run the rhythmic and 4 or 5 days and see how that performs, and see where we end up here. We have the Tradovate, is the trading software over here. Here's where we are from the Tradovate days. Looking at the thought I had something saved here, but I guess not. Here would be the the Tradovate screen with the here's the Tradovate screen after the trading yesterday, where we're at 266 and traded back. Traded a lot of trades in there in that short hour to get back to a winning position and back from a 650 drawdown. That just irritated me. Wouldn't have slept very good there. And this will show you all the trades in there. These were all winners. So got the rhythm going there, and that's brought us back to the that brought us back to where we needed to be. So that'll explain the trades that were off stream. But don't like doing that, but it's just too complicated to fire the stream up and do a bunch of stuff. And no, this is just not looking very right to me here. I'm wondering if this has changed again now, or what the heck has happened. NASDAQ full E-mini, 6 to whatchamadinkers. Okay, that's right. And Monday through Saturday, see, this is stupid. 20 to, why does it keep doing this? Man, this thing is just irritating me a lot. NASDAQ full. NASDAQ full, E-mini, there's 2 of those. That's the problem. What we want is the day. And 2130 to 410, 43. So that should be correct, I guess. That just doesn't quite seem to me to be the seems like it's correct. But I don't think we're getting what the charting. And last night that was a problem. And this should not be the live session. This should be the Glovax. So still not right. Irritating. All right, so anyway, here we are. We're 10 minutes past the hour, 20 minutes to the open. I will try to get my act together on my other computer for this meeting. I'll try to just mute and not disconnect my audio, because that seems to be throwing the streaming software into quite a tizzy. Well, that's just frustrating. Let's change this to, it's here. There should be a Globex. There should be one of these for the overnight session, and it's not here on this one. And I don't understand why it should be 37 and it's not in here. And I don't know why in the hell it isn't. Here it is. And so it's the pit, 37, yes. Apply, okay. Apply, okay. Now, recalculate and do what you're supposed to do thing. Such a struggle last night, and then all of a sudden it came right. I don't know why it's having a problem. The NASDAQ over here just chugging along like it knows what it's doing. and charting exactly correctly. This Globex chart should still be running until 9:30, and then it switches to the color scheme of the volume profile for the day session. Okay. Maddening. Maddening, and I'm not mistaken. The time basic is just working just fine. No, it isn't. It did not plot the. It didn't plot the profile for the regular trading hours yesterday. This is just Globex. I'll have to try to sit down and after this month end, year end, quarter end is over with and play with these things and get them straight. I'd like to just be able to nuke this thing and have a brand clean instance installed with all of the proper session times and all that stuff. And I don't know why it just doesn't want to do that. Irritating. Very irritating. But what's irritating to me is of little consequence to anybody else. So those are the things you have to deal with when you're a trader, and we're very slow movement here for 19 minutes before the open. I'm kind of surprised. That was obviously the money move right here on that that move up through this low volume area, well past into the pit session, right up here, almost to the pit session high yesterday. I'm sorry, the overnight high of the day before. This is the pit session. This would be the Globex. This is the pit. I think what I'll do is copy the Renko. It seems to work just Jim Dandy. And then just change the instrument. That should do it, I guess. This thing just doesn't seem to want to be doing the right thing here, and I don't know why, but it's irritating. I'm sure it's operator error. I'm sure that, Investor RT is a well-respected and professional trading platform, charting platform, so I'm sure that it's not. And that thing isn't updating. And it's not recalculating because now we're clear out here. Download some data if it will do so. Yeah, I know. Dash shift, re-click. Did that. Now it should be recalculating. I don't know why it isn't. It's still not using the right profile. The trigger chart is charting accurately as expected. I don't like the looks of these lags over here. That's not a good sign to me. And what do we got here? We got 10 minutes to the open. See what happens if I duplicate the chart. Call this ES. ES basic, save. Okay. And we're going to change this to ES. What happened to the, okay. And we're going to make this a 5-minute chart, no Renko, ES, and we're going to say, okay. There we are. Now we'll just nuke this stupid thing. Move this over here. Like that. It's still not looking too right to me. Got a big and there's a way you can narrow the bars and bring everything together more. So here we have the Globex, regular trading hours, Globex, that looks okay. I mean, regular, Globex, regular, that looks all right. We're trading in there, but it doesn't seem to be calculating properly. This is a 5-minute chart, and this is Globex has been running since 5:30 in the morning, so I'm pretty sure there's more than 2.5 or 3 bars going on in there. See what happens when we get some data downloaded to it. All right. And recalculate. Why won't you recalculate? That cannot be right. Hold it a minute. Let's check something out. Don't know why we're doing that. We want time per bar. 5 minutes. There we go. It's doing just what it was doing before. So it's still screwed up. Huh. Must be me. I must have it set somehow crazy, and it's probably going to go right back to doing this stupid thing about the S&P E-mini full 6 to 410 46. Well, that would be correct. $46. And 2100 is wrong. Not 2100, it's 2130. So that's not right. And that's why it thinks it's the, that's why it thinks it is on the day session. And that's frustrating. I don't know why this is doing that. But boy, that's freaking irritating, I'll tell you. That is just real irritating. Well, let's go to it. See if that works. Change this to that one if I can find it over here. It seems to disappear every time I try. It's still not right. All right. Obviously, I've got an issue with knowing what the hell I'm doing. Alternate A is the full session, 6 to whatever. Yes, that's correct. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, wait. It is bad. Day session is 21 to 410, so that's the problem. The day session is 21:30, 4:10 p.m. And it is Monday through Saturday. That's correct. No, I don't want to use that. I want to use this. And it didn't change it. I didn't change it again. 21:30, man, oh man, this is painful. $21.30, Monday through Saturday. Wow. Still doesn't want to work, right? All right, so we're jockeying for position here, 4 minutes to the open. This is just completely irritating me beyond all measure. Okay. S&P E-mini full. Didn't change the day again. Apply. S&P E-mini full. And it refuses to have the day be correct, even though I just got through changing it. So this thing is obviously just having me crazy. That's obviously just not happening. And it should be so easy. Well, now it's doing something. I don't know. Maybe now it finally remembered it. Maybe there's a lag in the remembering. I don't know. In the writing to memory. Beats the hell out of me, but it's just frustrating. Okay. I want to watch this open for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go mute, and I'll try to use my laptop to talk. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. Don't know. I see no movement on this. Yes, I can't believe. Now the VIX is way down to the 19s. I don't have time to open that chart up right now, but I was looking at that earlier. The VIX is quite show, so this could be a real painful day. Remember that your goal as a trader is to be able to trade tomorrow. All of the rest of it is academic if you blow up your account. So you've got one real mission, and that's to be able to trade tomorrow. And you can only do that by managing your risk, proper trade planning. First, you've got to pick the right product and the right time frame, and then you've got to see to it that you can give yourself as many examples in your data set or samples in your data set as humanly possible. You can only do that by managing your risk. So that's your goal, and that's your mission, actually. Then once you do that, your range or your edge will have the proper time to manifest itself and give you that consistent profitability. So hook in and hang on. You got a minute to the start here. We'll notice the start immediately with the jigsaw. I'm expecting there's going to be something go wrong over here with all of this nonsense happening with lags and the this and the that and something else. So we'll see. And then I'll stop off or step off volume. We're open. Yeah, we're trading all right. And it's cleaned itself up with no lags going on. Well, no, we're back on 2 seconds here, but it's seems like it's doing quite well as far as keeping up with the Joneses house over here. 961. Certainly not any of the lag problems that we had seen before, that I had seen before, and the lag, it seems like it's straightening out. I don't know. I don't know. Remember that your mission is to well, that's at least starting properly, I guess. Is to be able to trade tomorrow, so. We get into the string of singles down here and all this low volume, we should get a run down towards the VWAP, but they have traded it up consistently higher. Now they're up here in yesterday's Globex. Well, 2 days ago on the regular trading hours close. Settlement today is 878. So they're just kind of about 100 points over settlement, and definitely a gap open. All right, well, I'm just going to watch that, and we'll still have a little bit of delay on the lag over here on the 2 at a number 2, which I'm assuming is microsecond. But as far as trade goes, we're ticking faster as I can't read it. I can't tell if it's slow or not. I could maybe slow down the, we're at 70, and yeah, 70 half, 69, 75, 71, yeah. Definitely trading. So we have a value area swing low and swing high. Will they try to hold value up, or will they bring it down? We're way out of range in value here. See where we're up against day before yesterday's regular trading hours. We're way above value and way above the close, so big gap. I'm going to jump off the audio here now, but I'm not going to, hopefully I won't interrupt anything, and I'll be able to have my short meeting. So trade safe. I'd sit on my hands. Tight range. Light book. Not too conducive to good trading right now. All right, traders, we're back, and thank goodness that was as quick as I was hoping it was going to be, and looks like we're taking the top. So we've got basically an opening drive going here with a little bit of a open auction of 2 rotations, and here we go. So they are probably going to test this psychological level at 13,000. My guess would be, but that's just a guess. And as with everything, this stream is basically my virtual visual trading journal, and I try to express my thoughts for myself when I review these tapes, and also for if what I'm thinking could be of any help or to anybody else. But I am certainly nothing is meant for trade advice or trade signals, and I'm not any kind of a licensed trader or broker or any of that kind of stuff. So trading futures and derivatives are highly leveraged and are not suitable for everybody. You can lose more than you put in. And what's the other thing? Oh yes, past performance is not indicative of future results. So just read the disclaimer. It's a shame that we have to do that, isn't it? But we're just trying to have an open conversation and help each other. Anyway, so I'm happy about that. Why? Well, the ES is definitely rocking. That's why. I got to figure out how that works. I forget which one of the buttons you push and what you do next to make the bar smaller, but I guess that might be it there, yeah. So we're way out of everything here. 5 minute on the ES, any of that. There's a 5 minutes ES. Here was last night's hit session or regular trading session. Here's our Globex, and here we are trading. We're heading up here to the heading up here towards the Globex high from last time, which doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense. Now we do have one. We do have a pit session, regular trading session 2 days ago up here. So maybe they're trying to get back to some. Maybe they're trying to get back to this close area up here. We're way off the. Obviously, here's our open and our settlement down in here. So we don't have any thoughts of closing the gap. Looks like we got a definite one time framing to the upside. So yeah, it went right through that 13,000 like I was looking at, like it was their job. Now they got the value area high above 13 just by a tick or so. But they are definitely taking this thing up. I guess they decided that the Alcagio or whatever that Bill Hong's fund wasn't such a problem for them after all. Still got a bit of a delay, but I'm sure I'm not seeing any of the noticeable problems that I was noticing when I was trading it with Rhythmic. So hopefully hopefully this is a fix. Well, wouldn't want to short from up here, but and I'm a little apprehensive to go long too. These trending days like this are kind of tough for me. Trending at the top is tough for me to trade. I keep having a contrarian point of view that we're going to get a correction down, at least back down here to the volume area, this POC and this heavy volume spike down here, but they're just not thinking about it, and the ES is still trading higher. Excuse me. Would like to get into this string of singles down here and run through down to the other side of value. That'd be pretty sneaky. That'd be pretty enjoyable. Have one on for that and then be able to just say, thank you very much to step two. Need about $500 or something like that, I think. What do I need? 600 and change. $600, 30 points. When you see it, just if I had been not preoccupied and got on this opening swing trade, there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There's $1,200 across that move. Just in the first initial move up here was more than $300. Wow. Value has jumped way higher now. We're back inside of value at a high volume node. Will they trade it back down to the POC? Kind of doubt it. The ES doesn't look like it's got any desire to go lower. Wow, I'm glad that meeting's over. That is just way cool. And back up we go. So was that the pullback and the push? Will we make new highs? Head up there towards balance? Maybe. Maybe. 15 minutes into the market. Yep. There we go. Out the top. Out the top. So that was the, so far we've had two pullback and buy the pullbacks, buy the dips or whatever you want to call them. Hard trade for me to get on. I'm always figuring it's going to go down. Trade back across. Classic example of not trading what I see, but trading what I think. It's just pretty hard to get away from, I guess. It's considering I am a discretionary trader, so I make my own. I do decide what to trade. Still getting this nonsense about the bit rate, and I don't know what to do about that. When I listen to it, it seems like everything's fine. I'm going to have to try to figure out over the weekend, do a couple of test streams or something and see how to get that going. It says minimum current bit rate is 0, lower than the recommended bit rate. They recommend 128, but when I open the OBS audio, it's actually higher than 128. It's 312 at 3 something. And when I listen to the stream, the audio sounds to me to be just fine. Now, quality needs to improve with it. I get the Shure mic, the 7MB, or SM7B, but I'm probably not going to do that until we move. Less stuff to drag. Little consolidation up here. Whatever they were trying to achieve, maybe they have. And is it going to now trade back down the other direction? That's the part that I wonder about. Buyers were not that aggressive, considering how, yeah, I guess they were up to a new high. Can't get on these out the top deals like that. That's just hard for me to do. Especially when the ES is actually putting in lower high consolidation. Making higher highs, though, no question about that. They're heading up there for 1330 without very little problem, and they're taking value. They're taking value with them. Doggone it! Just, and why are they doing that against the ES? Let's look at something over here. Let's look at our calendar and see if there's something going on. Here's the VIX. See, we're down around 1910, so that's not a good thing. We need that thing up in here, so we got some volatility. And we'll scroll down here to the time at hand, which is right here. The Chicago PMI number just came out good. I suppose that's the reason for this push. Pending home sales, not quite as good as before. Wow, look at that move. Chicago PMI, I guess, was the biggie. That was the news that took this up. What do we got next? Crude oil's at 30 minutes. Pending home sales are 9 minutes. Chicago PMI, they like that a lot. All right. Trade balance was up substantially in South Africa. Non-farm employment was down. No, holy hell. Forecast was 550 and the actual was 517. Previous was 176. So they missed the number, but substantially rose above last time. All right. And again, the VIX is way off, so our see what happens with the housing numbers now. Pending home sales. Well, there's a couple of runs there that just make me pretty embarrassed to say I wasn't part of them. Any of the three would have put me across the funding. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's $800. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another 8. So I'm not sure what in the hell is going on over here with this 5-minute charting. What are coming to the top of the hour? We got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, I guess so. Making sure here everybody's working. So I need to figure out a plan for a lower volatility. Means we're going to have a little tighter swings. And are we going to get any sell-off? They've now got a value area in and a little bit of excess to the top side. Not really on the market profile, however. And we're only on the first bracket, so. Still with this lag, I don't know what that lag's all about, but that's doesn't seem to be affecting it too bad. We're trading tick-wise, we're trading, looks to me like it's charting pretty accurately on the tick story. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, when I said we were going to get through 1,300, I guess I was pretty right down here. And we definitely did that, and some by 50 points. Got to start listening to myself, I guess. In the middle of that meeting, though, so what are you going to do? Well, that's apart from the Stream Health is excellent, but they keep going on about this bit rate thing. I'm not sure what the story is with that. Anyway. Certainly would, I'm a little apprehensive to short up here. It's been nothing but a strong market. And I'm not very good at this buy the dip deal. Because in my mind, I'm always figuring that they're going to pull it back, even though they have not done so once, twice. Buyers and sellers are just kind of trading off over here on the King Delta. Love to just chip out 2 or 3 trades like last night. Pick up. Well, I traded back from 650 to 170, and then the commissions ate up $100 of that. So I just couldn't call it quits on 650 down with so much time left. I had only been in on the market 2 hours, even though I was tired. Sometimes you just have to pull up your boots and do what you got to do. That's a position that's real easy to get in an overtrade or a revenge trade situation, though, which I was really conscious of not doing. Just watching for good trades, and I got 2 or 3 8 to 10 pointers out, so that's what helped. That's what helped. See what else is going on over. Getting a couple of emails that I probably need to think about. Wow. At the top they go again, you see. And ES is not really following suit, which is making me kind of apprehensive here. Look at that thing go. That must be the housing news. Yeah. Must have been good report on the housing. Let's just check. Pending home sales down 10%. Wow. They expected -6 and it's down 10. Oof, that's kind of strange. Huh. All right. Well, so much for me thinking what's up with that. Next up is crude, which shouldn't have a whole lot of impact on us. Wow, look at that thing go. They're just rocking to the top. ES is not following suit. And why are they doing that? That's the big question. Why? They're headed for 14,000 here pretty quick. Sorry, 13.1. Oh. Well, I'm not going to short up there, that's for sure. And I obviously missed the boat when I didn't buy this pullback. That was a good non-heat move. Be right back. And now the ES is starting to move. So is that going to bring the NASDAQ with it? Little hard to go long here. Thinking. Funny that the NASDAQ led the ES on that move up on bad numbers for housing. PMI was strong. But boy, look at that. Talk about one time framing regular trading hours. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Basically building 5 distributions. That is absolutely a trend day. Any way you want to look at it. One time framing to the top with 2 dips that could have been bought. And I bought neither, however you say it. And here we go again with another pullback that I'm apprehensive to buy. Just can't ever seem to think there's going to be a move forever. Take a load in here somewhere around the 70 area, I guess. Uh, 2205. Yeah, should have bought that pullback when I just can't do that. That's just was against my grain. Got to get my head. I got to get that idea fixed. So there's 10 points already. Where I was looking at that 72 on the volume area there. A breakout trader, I'm not. These types of days are hard for me. Around 75 for that volume area. It's looking like it's running out of steam there to me. I have a hard time thinking markets will just continue to run on a trend like that without taking profit. And they do, obviously, but it's hard for me to get on board of that. Like I hesitated to pull the trigger at 72, and here I am, 10 points down. Not down, but missed a 10-point move easily with no look back or heat. And probably going to do it again. They're probably going to pop it out the top once again. Not sure why this damn thing won't go down. Kind of weird. Yeah, new highs again. Wanting to go thinking short, but just don't think there's enough evidence for that, especially with the ES holding up there at the top. And this is also the place to, down at this value area or volume area here, this volume node would be the place to go long. But again, that's it goes against my better judgment. Again, they taken it up. Wow. POC's the top. Look at that. You're going to get into this string and take them down here and trade it across now, or what? See if we can take one short for a little bit here if they're going to pull down through this low volume area. Is my thinking. Target down into this high volume node. They can pull across here. I don't know whether they can or not. Doesn't look like it. ES is coming back. POC moved down again. Up and then down. So not good. That's not encouraging. Not too encouraging there. Well, that's what I get for thinking about that, I guess. Well, I thought they were going to get a bit of a profit taking down to this next high volume node, but they are just not in the mood for that, even though the ES is pulling back again. So sellers were coming in there. That's another reason I thought we were going to get someplace here on this second red candle, but it died. They just died off. So that may likely be my only trade. This trend thing I'm not so tickled about. So consolidating right there at that top, and I don't see a thing to do with that. I thought I was going to get a short through that. Just a little bit of profit taking here, but they don't seem to want to be doing that. So that's that, I guess. And when do we have the crude oil in 12 minutes? Didn't really affect this. And then that's pretty much it for news items and numbers that would have an impact on our trading, on my trading, or the NQ, or the ES. Yeah, they're just going to hold it up here at the top and slam it around, I guess. I guess that's a short squeeze, maybe. Maybe that's nothing more to it than that. Maybe nothing more to it than that. Risk on. Sentiment across the board. Still getting these lags popping in and out of here. But the charting seems to be, the tick representation seems quite accurate in moving basically with the dome, which is always good. Well, with that, of course, it is a trend day, so all bets are off. Value doesn't really matter much in a trend day either. What is value? You know, it just keeps moving up. And again, if I could get my head around buying the pullbacks, I'd have bought any one of these in here where I sold, and I'd be up 10 points plus, you know. So it's hard for me to do. I keep thinking that they're just trying to run it up for suckers, and then they're going to pull the rug out from under them. But I'm the one that's down 160 bucks. So who's the sucker? Who's the sucker? Right back. Well, clearly that's buying the dip idea is a good one. And they did it again. Oops, wrong mouse. They did it again right here, where I took a $160 8 tick loss. I should have been going long with a tight stop down here, where I would be wrong, and then I'd be on the right side of these trades. Well, we come down to test a POC. Having my little dinner of cashews and dry mango. So I mute the mic not to be crunching in your ears. And here we are pushing up that consolidation to the breakout or to the upside when it broke out, as I was talking about pre-market. The big test is going to be when we get up in here in the 13,280, 13,200 range up here, where all this resistance was so heavy. And they may turn around and dump this thing too. Well, are they going to break it down now and get into that low volume area I was wondering about? Or not? That's what I was thinking, and ES seems to be falling pretty hard. Right at the bottom, though, right where I got caught the last time. Right where I got caught the last time. No real reference there for me. There's no visual reference that I can lean on. I don't, you know, leaning on the bottom of a high value node is not leaning. That's tippy-toeing along the edge as far as I can. ES is down to the value area high, value area low. Over here on the 5-minute. Are we charting right? It looks like we are. No. We're going to be 1 minute to the close of the bar. And the crude numbers out. Will be out. See how fast they update this. Crude oil inventory is updated already. Ooh, drawdown. That's positive. Big time. Crude oil's going to head up. See what EIA says. That's going to have a positive effect on the crude oil price. And right at the bottom there, they're trying to bounce that thing. Here's how. And they do not want to let that get below that 70 number. It doesn't appear. that they do anyway. So here we sit. I'm not sure why. I guess it's because there's other brackets down here where I can't bring this thing down lower. Go up with it all I want to, but I can't seem to bring it lower, which is kind of goofy. Even though it's not on the chart. Well, anyway, this is the POC. So they're going to trade her down, lower highs, lower lows. On a real, you squint your eyes to a real small time frame. POC, BPOC. I'm thinking bid sounds like a pretty good idea, but I'm kind of imagining that this is going to have some profit taking at some point here, but perhaps not. They could be just real excited to trade it up to that, test that resistance area again, very possibly at 32.50s and up. Another 100 points to go or more. All right. Definitely in a consolidation zone again here. And quite irritating to have not been able to get on the right side of that trade. Taking it to the top once again. ES is leading out. Or are they just going to call this a trading range? Boop, 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 boop. Going to go up with it now, boys, are you? Or what are they going to do? What are they going to do here? I don't know. Don't really have any buyers coming in here. They're kind of flat since that sell-off. ES isn't making a move. No part of this move to the upside makes it particularly confident for me, and I'm not sure if they're going to take that high out again or not. Let's see. ES is moving up. They definitely had a chance to reload down there. If they're going to take it, this would be the next push, I would think. 105. Let's get some leeway up here. May not be able to take this test. They may test this high again. Or they run it. And they may not run it. And there they go. Well, that's irritating. And now they'll take it up. They could test this high a couple of times, however, before they do this. But a double top like that to the exact point generally will get taken up. Now the question is, was moving that stop up, even though it saved me money, did it just get me a death by 1,000 cuts? That's the question. And now they're going to pull it back down. There's 10 points had I just shorted the top. Yeah. Well, I'd say the bulk of this move is not going to happen for me tonight. And now they're going to push. Well, the ES broke out, and so there we go. There's the exact move I thought was going to happen, and there's my target. Oh boy, magical. ES is just rocking. Timing is everything. Timing is everything. Here's my target +5. So I got wiggled out right here and gave up 15 points. And that trend is just keeping on, keeping on. I guess moving those stops up is just not serving me well, especially in this kind of a market like this. You're going to go with this damn thing. How high are they going to go? Shut up. Why won't this thing do what I tell it to do? My. 100 points off from my prophetic call of 13,000. Pretty funny. Not really. And the second you short it thinking it's going to pull back into another consolidation area is when they're going to just go charging up another one of these kind of deals over here. So I'm thinking this is not my market to trade. 225 is not terrible, but it's not bad risk, and I will certainly be in the game tomorrow. Probably trade here till the top of the hour and then call it a night. I guess. What happens if I go to auto over here? Huh. Pretty stupid. You can't do that. I don't think. Well, my little counter trend trades have not worked out. Well, actually, the first was a counter trend, and the second was a trend trade, and I just moved the stop up too close, and then it ran 15, 20 points, but wiggled me out. So, note to self: maybe just nuke the damn stops and about it. It's going to do now. Of course, we're down here at 13 at the bottom of that thing, bottom of that wick. And I keep thinking somebody's going to want to take some profit here one of these days. See whether they take it some more higher again here, I guess. Try one more. Trend directional trade. I'd say this is not going to go my way either. Irritating. Let's go, buyers. Sellers coming through there, but who knows where to set your target? There's just the sky's the limit, I guess, huh? Crazy. Kind of crazy. 47 minutes. These trades start taking a long time like this, I start thinking this is a bad idea. Can't seem to get muster the horsepower, though, even though the buyers are sitting up there. 95 to 75 and some larger offers. I guess they just can't get enough. Maybe they've had enough. Maybe they've had enough. Wiggled out again. Well, that's just frickin' irritating. I don't know what to do about that, actually. Look at that thing. Just goes down there, tags my stop, and turns right around and goes the other direction. That's just irritating. Maybe lower the stop or get rid of the damn thing, or I don't know. I don't know what to do. Honest about it. That's real frustrating to just get stopped out like that. Real frustrating. And it's so funny that if, I would normally short that, and here I go, trying to go along with the trend and get hammered on the stop. This pullback crap. I don't know really what to do here. I don't know what to think. I can just forget about it and come back tomorrow. Is what I'm thinking. Well, at least they brought it down and closed it, so they're going to get some, maybe bring it down a little further. I feel a little better than just being the bottom tick for my stop. And look at that. Those are 10-point swings, and I just can't get on the right side of it. That's pretty fun. Not funny. Not funny, but funny, weird. Let's see something here. What's the, to think about it, what is the, where'd that thing go? That just sucks completely. Absolutely sucks. $400 with commissions. Huh. Oh well. He said it was easy, right? And there they go out the top. So my position was just exactly right. I wonder if they're going to take this up and run it with the ES. Or not. It looks like or not. So is the move now here and up? Or not? What's this, 20 is the spot? What happened to that? Why'd that move? So we got the bottom of that bar. Now will it trade across it again or not? I can't seem to get this figured out. And that's pretty irritating. And the ES is moving to the top side. This thing is going to put in another long bar to the downside. All right, let's get some buyers in here. See what we get here. See where they take this thing. Or if they take it. If we get up here around a reasonable amount of money. What are we talking about? 31.42. Oh, that's hell yeah. That's 10 ticks off. That's just one push. That's only one good push for the ES or for the NQ if we just get some buyers through here. The ES is trying to hit the top. I mean, that's only 15 points. But boy, it sure can't seem to get going once I get on it. That's amazing. And I don't know if there's a reason for that being there or not. $310 maybe. Take the stop off. Shit, I don't know what to do anymore. So we're long one, and we're just kind of playing with it here. See what the hell's going to happen. We only got to get up here another 10 points, and we're back to profitable. And the ES is now we're going to have a change of weather here in 4 minutes. Not liking the looks of this situation here, though, with the consolidation breaking down here into this area. That's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Look at that damn thing. You just can't get where we got to be. Up down there and see how low they want to go with it. This would be the place to add, I guess. So that's the bottom at 310. Now, if they can get that going back up there on the ES and trade up across that again, that value, this volume area here. But it isn't looking good. Not looking that good at all. Now will come the profit taking that I've been worried about all this time, thinking is going to happen when I want to try to get long and get one of these positions right where they do a pullback and get going. And only got to get up another 15 points and we're home free. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. They're going to run it up now. 2 minutes. CS doing. Looks like it might poke out the top over here. No, they just can't do it. I just can't seem to get the timing right here. And that's pretty darn frustrating. That is pretty darn frustrating. Especially with all those moves positive today. Yeah, sellers coming in. That's not a good sign. Sellers coming in on the Delta. ES, it just seems to have frozen in time. Man, that's just irritating as all get out there. Look at that. Look at that. Huh. Well, that's just magical. Now it'll just go right straight up. Or not. I don't know what it's going to make me mad. I know it's going to do that. Look at that. Just tick me out and it turns around. Just can't get those trend trades. Well, I got out of that $600 yesterday and was pretty proud of myself, and now here I sit on another one. I got to figure out what the something else is here too. Not sure what the I'm going to make sure about the weekly drawdown story. Look at that damn thing. Ticked my stop, and now it's going to take right back off the other way. I don't see that. Up here now. Why don't I see that? There's a daily loss limit, but where's the weekly? There should be a weekly up here. Huh. Look at those trades, man. That's just irritating. And all I got to be is on the right side of this thing. And when I think I'm going to get that up down here, it turns around, ticks me, and then heads the other way. God darn it, that's irritating. Okay. So much for that. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let's see what this says. I think I just should go to bed. Maybe. 635 and 266, whatever the hell that is. Ooh, close. All right, I'm not going to trade. And look at it go. Now they go for the high. Isn't that something? But I'm right up against a weekly drawdown, so I'm going to do something. I don't know what. Not trade, I guess. Well, that's irritating. I'd like to try to trade that off, but look at that. Tick my stop to the point and then runs up 10 points. More, 15. 601, 3106, 3120, 15 points. Wow. Well, I'm going to not risk the weekly drawdown, even it's not showing up properly like it ought to do. On this thing, it ought to be up here, but it isn't showing anything. So I am going to, much as I hate to call this a night, trade well, live to trade another day. That's what I'm going to try to do. And very disappointing. 635 down. Irritating as hell. Bad 2 days. I don't know why I can't figure out how to trade it. How I can't figure out how to trade a trend. And I thought I had this one all figured out, and it bottom ticked me and took me up 10 points. Wow. That's just really irritating. And I was quite pleased with myself for getting back yesterday, but I might be actually close here, actually. That's going to really piss me off. If that's the case, let me just see about that. What's the net? Oops. I want to do that. I want to do this. And this. 649 net. Not many commissions, I guess. Okay, that's all right. 649. So 649. And yesterday was 2 something or another. 266 or something. 649. Let's say 270. That's 919. So that's 80 points away from busting the. I think the weekly drawdown is 1,000. Now maybe it's changed, but that's kind of a problem for me to figure out with this outfit. And it doesn't. It ought to be up here where you can just see it, but it isn't for whatever they have doing that. And also they've disabled the ability to set your loss limits, which I find pretty strange. Well, now they're going to do something over here. I don't know what. ES is still ticking up. And I'm not going to be doing any trading, but I will try to figure out where I am, because that's kind of disappointing not to be able to know that. So the weekly net P&L was minus 266.20 from yesterday. Okay, and the weekly Well, now it doesn't really say there's a weekly. Now it doesn't, shoot. Now it doesn't really say that there's a weekly drawdown. Which is kind of irritating. Maybe that changed. Maybe I don't know much as I think I know about this. Look at that goddamn. Well, just looking at that makes me mad. All right, so what I'm seeing here now, I don't see a weekly drawdown anymore. But this is going to be bad because it's going to drop off another $600. So this is going to be. Let's see, this has come up and flattened off at 50. So that's the max trailing. Whatever this thing is over here, this is minimum balance. Not sure what the hell that means either, to be honest about it. So, anyway, I'm going to play it safe here and swallow that loss, which just irritates me to no end. Because I don't seem to be able to do anything but take losses today. So that's just no good. And this will suddenly jump up to 630, whatever the hell it is, 6 something or other. 635, which is real bad news. I was able to save that yesterday by turning that around and coming out with a 266. Okay, let's see what this says. There used to be a weekly drawdown here. I'm quite certain of it. Okay. So I'm not having any fun, and I'm obviously not in sync with the market. So I'm going to call that loss just freaking irritating. And now I've got to get back. I was within 300 and change of the step 2 days ago on Monday. And now I'm down over $1,000 step 2. So that's just really disappointing. Anyway, and I'm obviously not been able to figure this out, so I'm not going to try anymore tonight. I'm going to go to bed and try not to think about this. My emotional capital has been damaged, has been spent a little bit more than I chose to do. And I suppose now they're going to run the damn thing down to the bottom, and that would be the perfect short. Lots of wick moves here. They're just on these moves are 15, 20 points, 15 points. Just amazing that I can't get on the right side of those. Even more amazing that I just can't bring myself to go long on these pullbacks on an uptrend. And that's that's what that was, or is. And I suppose tomorrow I'll come in here and this thing will be down on its haunches. But I'm not going to do another trade. So all the best. Trade for tomorrow. Manage your risk. Be smart. Be calm. Bad day for me. So I'm going to call it square, and I am not going to trade anymore because I'm not clear on that weekly drawdown story. And with yesterday's trade, I don't want to I don't want to have that bite me in the ass that I don't know about. And that's my fault for not knowing. I may Google that and check it out when I get on their website, but right now it's after 11 o'clock at night and I'm tired.